Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my channel. I will be starting us off with and I say this lightly, as expert as I can get, walkthrough of Dark Souls 3. I will do my best to show you where as much of it as I can, where it is at, including weapons, sorceries, faith, works. I will be hitting lower points, possibly, if I can, as best I can, and a few tips and tricks whenever we're playing the game. This is mostly for beginners. If you already know how to play the game, then maybe you're using this as a reference. But for you beginners out there, I hope it helps. So, I'll be skipping all the cutscenes, so I hope you don't have a problem with that. I don't know what I'm gonna name it. Oh, I should have thought of this ahead of hand. What a nerd. I guess I'll just call it expert. Yep, expert. I will be starting it off. I don't know. I think I'll just go ahead and I might start as deprived. Deprived is a pretty decent starting class to start out with, although it has no armor, and has a crappy shield. That's if you want a shield. The Deprived is a pretty decent class for starting stats for all equality, for total equality overall, and but actually, you know what? I'm gonna do a quality build. So I am gonna start out as very simple, the Knight. Knight's a pretty decent one for starting vitality. Definitely has plenty of armor, as you can tell. He's set up like a knight, although I won't be wearing all that armor. But the Knight is a fairly decent starting class. So that one, and I always start with the Sovereignless Soul. I mean, it's really up to you. But the Sovereignless Soul gives you a starting 2k. Starting 2,000 souls. And I have a loaded favorite. Right there, or right here. I think I'm gonna go with Mr. Mutton Chops. Actually, that's what I'll call him. Let's see if I can get Mr. Mutton Chops in here. Mr. How do you spell Mutton Chops? Mutton... I don't know. Let's find out. Mr. Mutton Chops. I think that's an E, actually. Mutton Chops. It's supposed to be an O. Alright. Now we shall begin. And I will be doing a quality build, which, for those of you who do not know, is you're using strength and dexterity, equaling them out to go for best damage in that way, as best you can. Which will be pretty alright. Hopefully, it ends up that way. Starting off, it's pretty obvious. You have your armor, and then your shield and so forth. Well, actually, for the sake of it, I will leave the armor on. Oh. My HUD is still off from my last game. Turn it back on. And so this is... Oh. Character decided he wanted to go in for a backstab there. But, I advise turning around. That's where you came from. That's where you walked out and you saw him standing there. Come around here to the right. And you will find a neat little surprise. An easy little soul item right there. Quick souls, easy. And it's pretty good. It's a for starting areas, I think this is one of the better setup starting areas. They want you to do a backstab on him, but I mean, for me it's easier to R1 him. Accidental backstab, but okay. But and so on and so forth. Watch him. He will most of the time come out of nowhere. There's nothing else in this area except for back there, which we will come back to later on in another video. But as you're moving through here, beautiful view, by the way. Absolutely gorgeous. Keep moving up, and there's your first bonfire, which you will come to. I'm not gonna rest at it because I know I don't need it. But if you got hit during that beginning part, rest at it. If you got hit. Be careful coming through here. These guys will catch you off guard. The 100% block of the Knight's shield, meaning it'll block 100% of the damage, physical damage that it takes, is pretty good. So you can just block their attacks all day long. You want to come back over here, and whatever your jumping control is, mine is you just run in circle, or you probably start off, I think it starts off with running and then you'll hit left stick. But you see that item over there? You can't get up to conventional needs. So you run and you jump, and you'll get over here on top of it. But if you hadn't done that and you just fell off, there's no way you can get up there. You can't just jump up there, it doesn't work. Because, you know, it's Dark Souls and they gotta make everything hard for you. There's a guy right here, and you're supposed to drop attack him, which, I mean, it's the easiest way to get rid of him. And there's this dude with the crossbow, pretty annoying, but not too hard to get rid of. And then if you look down here, there's these two guys. They look kind of useless, but they're guarding an item right there, if you can't see it. So, another drop attack. And then him, he's kind of annoying. He uses a shield. You wait till you block his attack, and you take him out. And what he was guarding was the 5 fire bombs, and they will be useful in the upcoming fight. Since I don't need these two just yet, I'm going to switch them out with my 5 fire bombs. You don't want to use those souls yet, because you're not exactly where we need to be for that. So just run on up, get over here to Gundyr, and he's not a hard boss fight. You just kind of have to know what you're doing, essentially. I know he is. Whenever I first started, he beat me more than once. You can start attacking him right here. Don't try and just take that, because you can't win. Ow. Well, I guess I'm bad now. I'm just gonna step off and chug here. I parry that, because that attack's really easy to parry, and it gets you pretty decent for starting off damage. Well. This attack here is also easy to parry, but I'm bad. As you can see, I'm really bad. You know, not 5 minutes ago I didn't get hit by Gundyr. This is whenever you want to use Fireball. But I was stupid. So loud, I'm dead, aren't I? Wow. That was accidental. Oh! Wow. Well, I guess that goes to show you. Even people who are good at the game or have many hours in the game can still lose to Gundyr. Shows you I'm really bad. This is a quick and easy way to get back to Gundyr. You should probably kill the enemies if you're not yet used to the game. So, do that. It'll help in the long run, I promise. And as I said before, we will come back to this area later on to get the items. A friend of mine's online. To get the items from the other side over there. As I said, parry that attack. You can get a few easy hits in on them whenever the fight first starts out. Gonna give me the 2 easy parries right off the bat. Another one? Okay. He's being really cautious with these first attacks here. I'm gonna run off this way. Pick up my souls. Oh wow, that's what I meant. Ooh, you caught me with that. That's almost the same attack I got me with the last time. Getting caught by that slam down attack, by the way, it hurts. That one right there. You just gotta realize not to be greedy. Getting greedy can really mess you up. Well, essentially, getting greedy is when you go in for hits that you really shouldn't go in for. That's... oh, guess I should show you this item. That's just a broken straight sword. It's useless. If you can see that item over there. That. Ow. Oh. You didn't know. I thought I dropped something. This over here, you can get right over here. It's a homeward bone, I do believe. Yep. 1 homeward bone. And you run on up through here. I'm just gonna come over here. Beat up these 2 sneaking dudes. He dropped the fading soul. You have to be careful with those archers, especially whenever they're standing next to these guys. If you have the right weapon, your weapon will just go right through that shield. Once you get up here, you can turn right, and there's 2 more of these guys. They're really easy to kill. Ow. Prove me wrong, why don't you? I would advise you not going up there to fight him. He does a lot of damage, he's fast, and he knows what he's doing. And this up here you can go right up to. It's the east-west shield. What do you want? Leave me alone. There you go. Go back to... no, go back to where you came from. And he has a lot more health than the enemies that you have fought previously. So, as I said before, I advise you not to go up there just yet. You can come on around back here. There's nothing in here, in this little hole back here. But up here, be careful, there's a dog. And if you played Dark Souls before, you know dogs are annoying. And you get an ember. Those are the things that you use to turn back human. If you didn't already know. No, I hope you already knew. Oh, let's see if he went back. If he didn't go back, I'm just going to rest the bonfire. Yeah, he went back. And this item that I picked up right here, the east-west shield, these 2 guys laying up here, if you went up and picked up that item first, they would come down and attack you right away. But coming past them, right here, there's an ember. So you come back down here. I like to go this way, it's a little bit faster. But, then you come through here, just drop down, it's not going to hurt too bad. And this is where you use the coiled sword that you got from killing Gundyr. Yeah, congratulations, you've created Finally Shrine.
Welcome to the bonfire, and I'm able to...
She talks a lot of blah blah about...
Then touch the dark, take nourishment.
Welcome to Firelink. This is leveling up, essentially. I mean, it's kind of like in Demon Souls, where you level up through a person, and in Dark Souls 2, you level up through one person, rather than Dark Souls, where you leveled up at the bonfire. So, what am I gonna do? I'm I'm gonna level up endurance and my dex and health. 2 more.
Farewell, Ashen One.
So now I'm gonna move on to a small little trick that can help you out. Knowing if you know what you're doing, and I mean, you could try it. It can get annoying if you don't catch it just right. But you see that tree there? Kind of angled like that. This roof's kind of low. You'd think that you could just jump up there like that, but you can't. Even at a longer distance, you can't. But that tree, this door is locked, and it'll come a lot longer. That ladder, nope, gonna have to kick it down later. But since that tree is there, it makes a few things easier, like getting up there. Oh well, makes it easier, but that doesn't mean it's too easy. Yeah, for a little bit I'm gonna miss this jump probably, because this is an expert walkthrough, and I'm, as you can tell, not an expert. Ugh. This tree jump gets all of us. I think you try it. See, there it goes. Finally. See, now you're up here. And while you're up here, there's 3 homeward bones there. You run around, you drop down, and go through this door. You gotta be real careful up here if you've ever played Dark Souls 1. It's just like the rafters. They're some of the worst. Looky there. Familiar voice, huh?
Me, pickled pea. Me, bumperum.
Yep. Very familiar, huh? If you played, you know, Dark Souls 2. Those birds will be very familiar to you. Illusory wall. That's coming straight back. And that right there, what I picked up over there, I didn't, shut up. This right here, this item that I picked up right here, was an Estus shard. Let's see what it says. Increases uses of Estus. So, it's like Dark Souls 2 again. You get the Estus shard, and Shazam! Congratulations, you got it. But the Estus shard is not used at the Maiden, like you thought. And covered a silver serpent ring. That's if you drop down there, though. Oh, that's the wrong thing. Darn it. Okay, I'll come back later. Yeah, and we'll come back to that sword guy that I said you probably shouldn't go near. We'll come back to him later. Just like the other area over there in before Gundyr.
Well,
Now, to reinforce the Estus flask, you have to talk to a very familiar face if you played Dark Souls 1.
be careful, I don't want.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, I won't be needing. And in this game, you can unlock your Estus flasks. So here you go. I won't be needing the Ashen Estus,
I don't want.
but a very familiar face from Dark Souls 1, the one and only. Shrine Handmaiden. This is the Shrine Handmaiden. She sells a few things at the beginning, like the embers, fire bombs, prism stones, all the good stuff. The good stuff here, as you can tell. I don't have any souls for any of it, but hey. And so now we head on to the next area, which, unfortunately, you have to rest at this bonfire for. It's not like one of those things where you can just do what you want. So continue on to the next area. On to Highwall of Lothric. There's nothing in this room, by the way, so besides this little thing that looks like a hint weapon from Dark Souls 1. Not weapon, sorry. A thing from Dark Souls 1. Hint, the soul vessel. But come on out here. Open the doors that take way too long to open. Come on right out here into the Highwall of Lothar. Nothing up here. Come down here and there's nothing down here. Except for a bonfire, hooray! As you can see behind me, there is one path, and in front of me there's another path. This path is very annoying, because you can see the dog right there, and there's another dog patrolling the path as well. We'll get way over there where my finger is. Oh, well, because you can't see it. Way over right there later on. That'll be later after we've gotten to and beat the first boss. But first, we'll start it off with running through here, hitting him, otherwise he'll get stopped. And this guy right over here, if you don't kill him, he will scream and waking up all the enemies in the area. You see that guy right there, that guy over there, this guy right here will wake up too. And they'll all attack you at the same time. So first, you want to start off with entering this room, beating up everybody in it, which consists of those two guys, and right there, this little nerd here. So if you walk by here, he'll come out of nowhere. Hello? Sorry about that. Had to confront. Don't go down there yet. Not just yet. We have to clear out the area above us first, and we'll get to that item in just a second. But you run up here. It's no use killing all these guys. They give you like no souls. And you can see they give you 33 souls, and that's not enough. Kill him just because I never know if he'll ever come up behind you. Another one of those guys that'll scream and wake up all the enemies in the area, including those two. That one. I don't remember if he wakes up those two, and those two up there. If you can see their heads. They glow. Kill those two. Kill this one. This one, because if you hit this one, you're very likely to hit the second one right there, and this one right here is another one of those ones with the shield. You can tell which ones have the shield because they have a helmet. But this guy right here, I normally charge up an R2 for. Okay, I'm gonna miss. Charge up an R2 for to kill him in one shot, and then you can look over at here and get him. You see? Now he has a shield. You run on up these stairs. Wait for him. There you are. And then you kill him. And then you get up here. If you allowed that guy to scream, this one right here would wake up. He would wake up and start throwing firebombs down at you while you're trying to deal with the three guys right over there that would have woken up. Now you come up here and you get the good old binoculars. I won't really need them unless I'm trying to show you something in detail that I can't be too close to, which actually is why I'm going to put them in here. Actually, I'll put them in the minimap. In the whatever you want to call this thing, quick menu, I guess. And I always put my homeward bones in here. I forgot to use those souls. I always put my homeward bones in there, just for a little bit of help. And see, there it is, gold pine resin. That's the item that we looked at just a second ago. Now we can go down here. Just gonna slide on down here. Nothing in this room to be looked at besides breakables. If that's something you want to do. This will let him. So this guy you can deal with. I do not advise going that way, because if you go that way, and going, well, technically going this way too, to wake up Big Bad Bully Dragon. And he will do exactly that right there. That did not show what I was trying to show. Ow, he would do that. That's what would happen if you tried to do that. So, I'm gonna do this the much safer way. And go, as soon as you see all that fire go out, you run up here. Run past it. You open this door here. And as soon as that fire goes out, you can run out here and get at least one of these items, I think. Ow, still got hit. Okay, so I don't know how late it's gonna be till you can go get those items. Okay, so I don't know if that dragon ever goes away. I think you have to kill it, I'm pretty sure. But looky there. Our first chest. But the problem is, look right there. That's a problem. And in Dark Souls 3, you can really see it. He's gonna stop now, isn't he? Gonna go away. If you get up close to him, he won't do it. But you see that there moving chest? Mm-hmm. Very correct. We've got ourselves a map. Trust me, at this level, that will kill you. Getting caught in that there grab. Go ahead, do something. There you go. He's really easy to kill, especially with a shield. Just strafe and don't get caught by that. Like I said before. That's indefinite death. Try not to get greedy, because his attacks hurt at this level. And you get a pretty decent starting weapon, to be honest. Oh, I got the symbol of Iris right off the bat. That's crazy. But the deep battle axe. The deep battle axe requires 12 strength and 8 dex. But a cool thing, like, you'll see how my longsword here, I don't know how much this does exactly. Longsword does 125. You can see it right there where it says attack power. And the deep battle axe has physical damage and dark damage. So now it does 192, as you can see. And it does dark damage. So it does extra damage on top of your physical. So different enemies that have good physical damage don't have a lot of dark damage. Kill these two guys, and then we'll move on to the Lothric Knight, which sometimes can be very tricky to deal with. I, most of the time, will just straight back that. And then hit him with a heavy. He's easy if you're careful. If you're not careful, he'll get you real quick. Really, really quick. So you just... And be careful, just running in here. We'll go right first. No, we will go right first. But you want to be careful and watch your left. Because you see him. He will try and jump out at you. And get you as you're coming by. So you take him out real easy. And you just keep on walking. You go up these stairs and you will be confronted with your next bonfire. For this area at least. So I'm gonna rest here. And I'll right out here. And there's a Titanite shard in this corner back here.